Ladies and gentlemen, today we talk about the woman who walks alone, the woman who refuses to be boxed in, who doesn't wait for approval, and who doesn't need a crowd to move forward. She is a force in this world. She is the embodiment of strength, resilience, and freedom. A woman who walks alone is not afraid to walk a different path. She knows that her destiny is hers to create, and she will stop at nothing to forge that path. Let me tell you something, independence is power. And the woman who walks alone has the power to do anything she sets her mind to. You see, when you walk alone, you are not bound by anyone else's limitations or expectations. You are free to choose your direction. You make your decisions based on what's right for you, not what the world says you should do. Walking alone gives you control over your life, your time, your choices. You are the captain of your own ship. And the sooner you realize that, the sooner you stop looking for others to give you permission to succeed. There's an undeniable strength in walking alone. It's not about being lonely, it's about being self-reliant. A woman who walks alone learns how to rely on herself, to trust her own judgment. She builds confidence not from others' applause, but from her own actions and choices. She doesn't wait for someone to tell her she's doing a good job. She knows, she feels it in her bones, in her heart, in every step she takes. She's walked through storms, and faced challenges that many couldn't endure, and she did it alone. But when you stand on your own 2 feet and face the world with nothing but your willpower, you discover a well of strength inside of you that you didn't even know existed. It takes courage, real courage, to walk alone. You don't need to be like anyone else, and you certainly don't need permission to be yourself. The world will try to make you conform. It will try to tell you what's acceptable, what's normal, what's safe. But the woman who walks alone doesn't care about any of that. She is not afraid of standing out, of being different, of taking risks. She knows that greatness is never achieved by blending in. Greatness is achieved by embracing the uniqueness of who you are and walking confidently in that truth. She is willing to stand in the fire of criticism, rejection, and doubt because she understands that she is the only one who can determine her success. And in that journey, she discovers herself. She uncovers strengths, qualities, and abilities that she never knew she had. Self-discovery comes when you spend time alone, without distractions, without the opinions of others clouding your mind. You begin to understand what drives you, what excites you, and what your purpose is. The woman who walks alone isn't afraid to look inward, to reflect, and to face her truth, no matter how uncomfortable it may be. She knows that knowing herself is the first step toward greatness. Finally, walking alone brings a clarity of vision. When you are no longer tethered to the opinions of others, you can chase your dreams with a fierceness that can't be stopped. You're not waiting for someone else to believe in you. You're not waiting for the stars to align. You're out there making things happen. When you walk alone, you have no distractions, no compromises. You can pursue what you want with the same intensity and focus that a lion has when it locks its eyes on its prey. And that is power. That is freedom. The freedom to rise above the noise and build the life you want. You make your own rules and you live them. The woman who walks alone does not settle. She does not compromise. She does not wait for someone to tell her that it's okay to dream big or go after her goals. She knows her worth. She knows what she's capable of. And she doesn't need anyone else's permission to take that first step. She walks with purpose and she walks with confidence. She knows that her journey is hers to lead, and she leads it with strength, with courage, and with a clear vision of the greatness that lies ahead. So I ask you today, will you walk with her? Will you be the one who has the courage to step out alone, to blaze your own trail, and to create the life you were meant to live? The woman who walks alone is not waiting for the world to give her permission. She is taking charge. She is unstoppable. And she is the one who will leave her mark on this world. Be that woman. Take that step. Don't wait for anyone else. Walk alone and walk strong. Independence is not just a state of being, it is a force, a power that drives you to make your own decisions, take your own actions, and create your own future. When you stand on your own 2 feet, you discover something about yourself that no one else can give you. It's a realization that you don't need to rely on anyone or anything outside of yourself to achieve greatness. Independence is the foundation upon which your strength, your confidence, and your success are built. When you become independent, you move from being a passive participant in your life to being the creator of your reality. And that's power, true power. Imagine for a moment the feeling of freedom that comes with knowing that you are in control of your own destiny. When you are independent, you aren't at the mercy of others' opinions, expectations, or limitations. You decide the direction you want to go in, and you take the steps necessary to get there. Independence opens the door to endless possibilities because it frees you from the constraints that others may place on you. No one can limit your potential when you realize that it is yours to shape. You are no longer waiting for approval, validation, or permission to go after your dreams. You are living your life on your own terms. But independence is more than just freedom, it's the courage to choose yourself. In a world that often wants to tell you who to be, what to do, and how to think, independence allows you to reject that noise and trust in your own judgment. It's about having the strength to say, I don't need anyone else to define me. I know who I am, and I know what I'm capable of. When you trust in your own decisions, your own abilities, and your own potential, you open yourself up to a life filled with purpose and direction. Independence gives you the courage to walk your own path, even when others might try to steer you in a different direction. The power of independence also lies in its ability to build resilience. When you're independent, you understand that challenges are a part of life, and that overcoming them is not just a possibility, but a necessity. You are not relying on anyone else to lift you up or to solve your problems for you. You've learned that your strength comes from within, and no matter how difficult the situation, you can handle it. Life's obstacles will come, but the independent person faces them head on, armed with the belief that she has everything she needs inside herself to overcome them. And when you navigate those challenges on your own, you grow stronger, more capable, and more certain of your ability to handle whatever comes next. Independence is also about building a life that reflects who you are and what you want. When you walk the path of independence, you are not simply going through the motions of life, you are actively shaping it. You make choices based on your own values and goals, not because someone else told you it's what you should do. Independence allows you to surround yourself with people, experiences, and opportunities that align with your own purpose. You're not living to meet the expectations of others, you're living to fulfill your own potential. And when you do that, everything in your life begins to fall into place. You begin to see that every choice you make, every action you take, is part of the journey toward creating the life that you truly want. In the end, the power of independence is the power of self-determination. It is the ability to shape your own future, to decide who you want to be, and to trust that you have the strength to get there. When you embrace your independence, you stop waiting for the world to give you what you deserve, and you start taking it for yourself. You stop asking for permission, and you begin demanding the life you've always dreamed of. Independence isn't just a luxury, it's a necessity for those who want to live life to its fullest potential. It's not just about being alone, it's about being strong enough to stand on your own, to create the life you deserve, and to be the person you were born to be. Self-reliance and confidence are not simply buzzwords, they are the bedrock upon which greatness is built. Let me make it clear, if you do not rely on yourself, you are at the mercy of others. You are handing over the keys to your destiny, giving away control of your life, and letting someone else dictate your direction. But a woman who walks in self-reliance does not look to others for validation. She is the source of her own strength. She does not wait for someone to tell her that she can succeed, because she already knows it deep in her bones. She walks into each day with the unshakable belief that she has everything she needs to achieve her goals. Self-reliance starts with knowing who you are. It starts with understanding that you do not need to be anyone else or have anyone else's approval to rise. The moment you accept that you are enough, that you are capable, that you are worthy, you begin to tap into the power within you that's been waiting for you to acknowledge it. This is the foundation of confidence. Confidence is not about having all the answers. It's about trusting yourself, knowing that even when you don't know the way, you have the ability to figure it out. Confidence comes when you stop doubting your abilities and start trusting in the power of your mind and heart. Every time you rely on yourself, every time you make a decision without needing someone else to tell you it's right, your confidence grows, it builds and compounds. And here's the truth: confidence doesn't come from success alone, it comes from overcoming fear, doubt, and uncertainty. Every time you do something that scares you, every time you take a step into the unknown, you are strengthening your confidence. Self-reliance teaches you that the opinions of others do not determine your worth. When you stand firm in your own identity, when you make decisions that align with your values, you begin to see how little others' judgments matter. You begin to realize that the only voice that truly matters is your own. A woman who walks in self-reliance doesn't need to seek approval from others, because she understands that her success, her happiness, and her destiny are in her hands. She is the one in the driver's seat. She doesn't need anyone to tell her she's capable, because she knows. She doesn't need anyone to encourage her, because she's already pushing herself forward. She isn't afraid to take risks, because she trusts that no matter the outcome, she will learn, she will grow, and she will be stronger for it. Confidence is a byproduct of self-reliance. When you rely on yourself, you stop doubting your abilities, you stop questioning your worth. You begin to stand taller, walk with purpose, and face every challenge with unshakable determination. Confidence comes when you stop asking for permission and start acting in alignment with your vision and goals. You start making decisions that are based on your inner knowing, not on fear of failure or the need to please others. Your confidence radiates because you understand that you are enough exactly as you are, and that nothing and no one can take away what you have within you. The true power of self-reliance and confidence lies in the realization that you do not need anything outside of yourself to be successful. The world may try to tell you otherwise. It may try to make you believe that you need a certain level of education, experience, or approval to make it. But none of that is true. The only thing you need is the belief that you are capable and the courage to take the first step. You are already equipped with everything you need to build the life you desire. The only question is, will you trust yourself enough to act on it? Will you have the confidence to take that leap, to make those tough decisions, to stand tall, even when the world tells you to shrink? The woman who walks in self-reliance doesn't hesitate. She doesn't wait for the stars to align. She takes action, she moves forward, and she believes without a doubt that the world is hers to conquer. There comes a moment in every person's life, particularly in the life of a woman, when you will be called to stand alone. It's not something that can be avoided. It's not a choice that comes easily, but it is a necessary step in your journey to greatness. The courage to stand alone is the courage to face the world on your own terms without hesitation or doubt. It's the ability to look at the path ahead of you, knowing there may be no one by your side, and still choosing to take that first step forward. It's about believing in yourself when no one else can see your vision, when the world tells you to follow the crowd, and yet you stand firm in your decision to walk alone. Standing alone isn't about being lonely. It's about knowing that your purpose is so strong, your belief in yourself is so unshakable, that you refuse to follow anyone else's path but your own. It is the refusal to let fear dictate your decisions, to allow doubt to keep you trapped in the shadows of what could be. It's recognizing that the world may not understand your journey, and yet you stand firm because you know where you're going, and you know it's worth the struggle. The courage to stand alone is built from the deep-rooted understanding that greatness never comes from following the herd. It comes from the courage to take a different direction, even if that means walking through uncharted territory where the path is unclear and uncertain. This courage is not given, it is developed. You don't wake up one day with the ability to stand alone. It's something you earn through trials, through tests, through overcoming obstacles that seem insurmountable. It's the courage to face your own fears, to confront the doubts that arise, and to push through every single barrier that tries to hold you back. It's about being unapologetic for who you are and not needing anyone's approval to do what you believe is right. Standing alone means you are no longer a slave to the opinions of others. You've come to realize that no one else can define your worth or determine your destiny. You alone are the architect of your future, and it's this realization that gives you the power to stand tall in the face of opposition. In standing alone, there will be moments of struggle. The world doesn't always reward the lone wolf. In fact, it can seem as if everyone is telling you to fall in line, to take the easy road, to conform. But I say to you, there is no honor in playing small. There is no greatness in blending in. The courage to stand alone is the courage to say, I will not settle for mediocrity. I will not live a life dictated by the expectations of others. I will create my own path, and I will forge my own way. You may face criticism, rejection, and even betrayal, but standing alone teaches you that your worth is not determined by what others think of you. It is determined by your conviction, by the strength of your vision, and by the power of your resolve. This courage is not just about defiance or rebellion, it's about embracing your true self, your unique identity, and your calling. When you stand alone, you step into the full power of who you are meant to be. You shed the layers of self-doubt, of fear, and of conformity, and you stand naked in your truth. That is where the true power lies, in standing in your own light, unafraid to let the world see you for who you truly are. When you stand alone, you're not just saying no to the world, you're saying yes to yourself. You're declaring that you will no longer wait for someone else to give you permission to be great. You're taking responsibility for your own success, and you're ready to embrace it fully. Standing alone is not about isolation, it is about self-sufficiency. It's about standing tall in your own skin and being confident that you are enough. And when you stand in that truth, you empower yourself to build the life you were born to create. You walk in the full authority of who you are, and you become a force in this world that cannot be stopped. You become the change you wish to see. And while you may be walking alone for now, know this: when you stand in your truth and walk in your purpose, you will attract others who are aligned with that vision. You will build a tribe, not by looking for it, but by simply being who you are meant to be. The courage to stand alone isn't easy, but I promise you this, it is the only path that leads to true greatness. And when you have the courage to walk that path, you will realize that you were never really alone at all. You were always exactly where you needed to be. And you will have become exactly who you were always meant to be. Self-discovery is one of the most powerful and transformative processes you will ever experience in life. It is the journey of peeling back the layers of who you think you are, only to uncover the truth of who you were always meant to be. In a world where so many people are distracted by what others think, by external noise, and by societal expectations, self-discovery allows you to reclaim your power and step into your own authenticity. At the core of self-discovery lies one simple truth: you cannot live fully until you truly know yourself. You cannot walk with purpose until you understand the very essence of your being. The power of self-discovery is in its ability to cut through the fog of doubt and confusion and bring clarity to your life. The more you understand yourself, the more you understand what drives you, what excites you, and what you are truly capable of achieving. It is about uncovering your strengths, your weaknesses, your values, and your passions. It's about understanding the moments that shaped you, the choices you've made, and why you react the way you do. But self-discovery doesn't come easily. It's not something that is given to you, it's something that you must actively pursue. It requires vulnerability, courage, and at times facing the truth you may not be ready to confront. It's not always easy to look in the mirror and ask yourself the tough questions. What do I really want? What am I afraid of? What am I settling for that I don't deserve? These are the questions that, when answered honestly, will set you on the path to your true self. Often people spend their whole lives wearing masks, living according to other people's expectations, or conforming to a version of success that was never meant for them. They live without truly knowing their own heart and soul, and in doing so, they miss out on the richness of life. When you don't know who you are, you will always be led by what others want for you. You will seek validation from people who don't understand your journey. You will run after goals that belong to someone else, and you will always feel a sense of emptiness because you are not living according to your own truth. But self-discovery shifts everything. It gives you permission to let go of the illusion of perfection and accept yourself as you are, flaws and all. When you truly understand who you are, you stop apologizing for it. You stop shrinking yourself to fit in places that don't serve you, and you stop pretending to be something you're not just to gain approval. You stand tall in your own skin, knowing that there is power in being unapologetically you. It's in the rawness of your authenticity that the magic happens, the courage to take risks, the willingness to step outside your comfort zone, and the confidence to create a life that is uniquely yours. Self-discovery also helps you build resilience. When you truly know yourself, you understand that failure is not the end, it's just part of the journey. You know that setbacks are opportunities to learn, to grow, and to become stronger. The woman who knows herself doesn't fear challenges, she welcomes them. She understands that they are part of her evolution. She no longer measures her worth by her external achievements, but by her internal growth and the way she shows up in the world. Self-discovery is an ongoing process. It doesn't happen overnight. It's a lifelong journey of growth, reflection, and constant evolution. You'll never reach a place where you have all the answers, but that's the beauty of it. Each day is an opportunity to learn more about yourself, to grow, and to evolve into a better version of yourself. The greatest gift you can give yourself is the permission to discover who you really are and to live that truth unapologetically. When you embark on this journey, you open the door to your full potential, and you start living a life that is aligned with your deepest desires. So I encourage you today, take the time to know yourself. Don't be afraid to question everything you think you know. Don't be afraid to be honest with yourself about who you really are and what you truly want. When you make self-discovery a priority, everything in your life will shift. You will become the person you were always meant to be. You will attract the opportunities, the relationships, and the success that are aligned with your authentic self. And that, my friends, is where true power lies. The journey of self-discovery is not just a one-time event, it is a lifelong commitment to understanding who you are at your core and living out that truth with confidence. As you continue to uncover your authentic self, remember that the power to change your life, to create the future you desire, and to live with purpose is always within you. The moment you stop running from who you are and start embracing the fullness of your being, you unlock the potential to achieve greatness. No more waiting for the approval of others. No more settling for a life that doesn't serve your soul. Take the time to explore, to reflect, and to grow. Know that the more you invest in understanding yourself, the more aligned you become with your true purpose. As you walk this path of self-discovery, you will not only transform your own life, but you will inspire others to do the same. The world needs you, the real you, the unfiltered, unapologetic you, because when you show up as your authentic self, you give others permission to do the same. So step forward with courage, embrace the process, and trust that the more you learn about yourself, the more you will see the doors of opportunity opening wide. Your best self is waiting for you. Go find her.